All right. Let's see how our stream health looks. Not to be confused with prostate health, but All right, guys and gals. So we are at day nine. Day nine of making an app that is something you might hate. Just a really quick intro. My name's Adam. I go by Frictionless, and I have a suite of apps and SaaS that make about 43K. Let's call it 43 to 45K. Kind of depends on the month. All of that is done almost primarily through vibe coding using VO. I'm a top 1% VO creator. Pretty happy about that. Uh, I've got a couple of interesting projects in the works, but none quite as interesting as Drivel.io. This one I'm particularly happy about. And the reason why, I'll tell you the reason why. I am happy about this because I think what I'm going to do. One thing that bothers me about this stream settings is that, let me put AI in here. Vibe, take out VO, Versal, and Replit. There you go. All right. All right, now I think we're in a good spot. Okay. So anyway, just back it up. My name is Adam. You go by Frictionless, and I've got a suite of apps and SaaS that make me 43 to 45K every month, which I feel pretty good about. Definitely puts a roof over my head, makes me happy, and I honestly love what I'm doing. I have a whole suite of apps, and this is my favorite one, I think, because it's really the most controversial. The name of the app is Drivel, and if you look that up in the dictionary, you'll see exactly why I called it Drivel. Um, just because it's an app about nothing. It allows you to chat about nothing. And really, it's founded on the basic idea that every place needs to have a memory. So imagine every place you go to, doesn't matter where it is. It could be a parking space, it could be a bus shelter, it could be the middle of the road, it could be the top of the Empire State Building. It doesn't matter. I believe that that place should be able to store conversation. And I believe that the best way to do that conversation is something very similar to how Reddit has introduced threaded comments. I think that's in my opinion, the best of breed way of doing it. So I think that that's the way that it should be done. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to make a couple improvements on Drivel and just kind of what Drivel is. And I'm going to lead off, actually, I want to make sure I have enough space to do this stream because I actually looked yesterday and I was running pretty low, 208. So I got about 30 gigs. It is actually. It's going to be kind of close. We're going to be cutting it close here with only 30 gigs. Let's see how big our last stream was. Let's go into me. I know you can't see what I'm doing over here. Last stream was about 5 gigs, 6 gigs. Okay, we're okay. All right. 208. All right, so let's give you a quick tour. This is Drivel that you're looking at. This is Drivel that you're looking at right now over here. Sorry, I forgot to move that over. So here's Drivel. I'm not logged in right now. I'm going to. So when I'm logged in, you're going to notice it has a couple similarities to some things that you might be familiar with. And right at the top, we have this nice rail of stories. These are places that you've been to. Along the side, we have recent places that you've been to, and then we have your places. And so your places are places that either you follow or you own, which actually leads me to one of the most interesting features of Drivel, which is that anybody can claim any place. It doesn't have to be a point of interest, meaning you don't have to walk into a movie theater and that's the only thing we're going to allow you to claim. It can be anything. Again, like I said, it could literally be a car park and you can claim that. And if you do, you become the de facto moderator of that place, which I think is pretty neat. Controversial? Maybe. A couple controversial decisions we've made as part of this. First, and this is just such a me decision, and now I'm on the nearby screen. So the nearby screen is going to show me all of the places that are near me. The screen actually looks pretty good on mobile too. One of the major places, that's hilarious. Those are my feet, or my legs. A couple controversial ideas here inside of Drivel. For one, although you can take a picture and upload, every place is going to store the Studio Ghibli version of that place's photo. So, for example, here's a Harris Teeter that's right near my house. And what we're going to store is just the Studio Ghibli version of that. Why are we doing that? I mean, why would you do that? You're taking away the visual fidelity of it. I'll tell you why. It is because, honestly, see, here's a couple great examples. Look at this. Here's a splash pad that's by me. Here's a Panera. Here's a Silver Diner. The goal here is I wanted this kind of whimsical storybook feel that allowed people to interact with the application. And I think that that's just a really neat turn. Now, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, the question is, well, what about my real photos? Yes, inside of every place, you'll be able to store the real photos, and anything you post will be the normal way, but the cover photo is always going to be the Studio Ghibli. The reason for that is because when these are all displayed in a list, it's very important to me that they all look homogeneous, like they're in one spot. And there's a really good example of this that I kind of crafted up. So this was kind of one of the first takes here that I created, and this is kind of what all the places look like. Imagine opening up an app and just seeing this. It's relaxing. It's just easy to embrace instead of just like yellows and reds and blues and everything competing for your attention. It's all the same aesthetic. So something I'm pretty happy with. I think it's going to be controversial, but not as controversial as the most controversial feature, which is that we're going to charge for Drivel. It's going to be diminutive. It's going to be a very small fee, but we are going to charge for it. Why? I want to keep AI bots off of the network. I want to encourage real, actual conversation between people and allow that to happen without thinking that you're just dealing with a bot that's just promoting something. So anyway, let's get into what we're going to do today. And I'm going to introduce you guys to ShipGrid over here. Actually, let's jump back to this and you guys can take a look at ShipGrid. So here is ShipGrid, if you guys are seeing this on your screen. And what ShipGrid is, I'm beginning to call it smarter than Trello, but dumber than Jira. So I guess as a developer, that would be a little bit funnier, but smarter than Trello, but dumber than Jira. Basically, it's a way to allow developers to manage all of their user feedback in one spot and then deploy and engage their audience with that feedback. So imagine that you collect a bunch of features from your customers, you bundle those into a release, you post it on X. We give you the ability to do that in just a couple clicks, and I'll even show you what that looks like. So let's get into this. I'm going to go ahead and sign in to ShipGrid, and we're going to switch to Drivel on ShipGrid. Of course we're using dark mode. Come on, like there's something else. So let's take a look at what we have our in development column. These are the things that I want to work on. Let me look at what we can plan today. Notification engine, that's huge. Marketing page, not that big. Place and post share buttons should work. We could probably do that. Delete places or abandon a place if they own it. I think we did deleting. Let me take a quick look. Did we do deleting? Did we do deleting? We did. Did we? Evidently we did. I'll delete this place too. Okay. By the way, this feels super snappy. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but I've done a decent amount here to try and optimize the queries. We're still using a micro instance on Supabase, so I'm actually kind of surprised that it's still doing so well. So that's a little bit of a bug. If I delete a place, it needs to leave the recent. Oh, look at that. I guess I added that. No longer publicly listed. Good for me. All right, cool. All right, so deleting does work. So what we're going to do, let's jump into ShipGrid. Where is... Come on. Unlimited feed scroll, sort of card in the sidebar, claim a place, avatar. That's the big one. Google-friendly profile, login redirect, AI image screening for sensitive images, Google sign up and login, notification engine. Beta links for people to send to friends, add a profile for all the places I own. All right, search is mocked up, notification, okay. So where did we have delete? I just saw it. Okay. All right, so I want to switch to this mode. Let's start out, why can't I do this? There we go. Let's start out with this mobile place detail page is all jammed up. Let me show you what that looks like. So, I don't know if you can see this. So if I'm on mobile, this is a place that I own. And do you see how I've got my check mark here, I've got owner, and then I have my follow, and then I have my gear. These need to be dropped onto a different line. So that I anticipate is going to be a pretty easy change. So let's just get into it. So we're in VO. By the way, we're going to use, you know what, let me edit my stream. I actually want to add 5.6 Sol. I'm actually going to change my stream here. Let's see if I can do that. Okay. All right. So we're going to crank up Sol. What I like about Sol right now is it's about the same price as what I was using, which is 5.8. 4.8, sorry. So let's go ahead and move us to the right spot here. And we're going to do the first thing, which is on mobile, the mobile place details page. The title is getting truncated because of the other buttons. Please move those buttons down and rearrange. Let's see how that works. I actually did some stuff with 5.6. Yeah, I did some stuff with GPT-5.6 earlier today on the marketing page. And I was actually really happy. I did some heavy animation. I'll actually show it to you. Did I deploy it? I didn't deploy it. That's all right. We'll do some stuff with 5.6 here. But yeah, it was actually pretty impressive. The first couple prompts, I was kind of, a little bit ho-hum. But, I mean, it surprised me. Actually, check this out. All right, check this out right over here. This one prompt over here, all I said was come up with an animation on the side that explains kind of what ShipGrid does. And it came up with this really awesome looking animation, built all of this stuff out. It was actually pretty quick too. And that was with Sol. So anyway, that was very, very impressive to get that far with just one prompt. Definitely better than 4.8. And I mean, as a frontier model, I'm like I said, I'm pretty impressed. Cautiously optimistic. I don't know how long VO is gonna have Sol available. I mean, I guess we're gonna find out. But it's like Fable. When they took Fable away from us, that was the one thing that made me want Fable even more. So maybe it's gonna be like that again. All right, so it's already making some changes here. What's interesting is it hasn't picked up on the fact that it's when the person is logged in. So updated mobile place, so long titles wrap naturally. Okay, you know what? Let's just try to see what it put together. It's important. It's also important to look at this on a signed in version, because then I'm going to have the follow button, and I'm also going to have what's the other button? I'll show you. Let's go to living room. Sure. So I still have this. I'm not an owner. I need to go into something where I'm an owner. That's weird. That's super odd. Is that new? Is that new functionality? I hope not. But that was just working, wasn't it? Like, we were literally just looking at this. Maybe it might just need to be popped out. Let's pop it out. Yep. Okay. So Lansdowne Waterfall, I am the owner, so I have the maximum amount of badges. So let's just see what happens when I make this. Okay, much better. Following owner verified. Yeah, I think we're good. I am gonna we're gonna put that in review. Cool. Okay, what's next? Admin dashboard to visualize hierarchy. You know, I was originally gonna wait on this, but it's really at the point where I need a way to like categorize everything. So I'd like to make an admin dashboard that is accessible only to admin roles. On the dashboard, we need to show the hierarchy of all places in the system. Okay. And again, I am still in Sol, so let's kick that off. Let's see what Sol is able to do for us. I'll hide that when we're not looking at it. But yeah, so far I'm you know, impressed. Definitely impressed. Let's go ahead and post this on X. All right. Okay. So we are looking at schemas over here. We're building out the admin dashboard. For the first version, should the place hierarchy be view only, or should admin be able to manage places, basic management? Let's do view only. I want to see the UX that it puts together. Where should the admins access this site? Now, direct URL only. Not that you can't watch this screen, but I would like for this to be fairly obscure. Should the hierarchy be presented? Expandable tree, tree plus details, column browser. Let's try expandable tree. Now, it does make me realize that we have not accounted for how trees are processed when they have multiple levels deep. You know what I mean? So that's just something to be aware of. Answer rolling authentication using profiles field, protect admins, hierarchy data, fetch all places once, normalize parent-child relationship, visible handling for orphan records, direct only admin, summary metrics, switch search, yeah, view only, validate authorization, deep hierarchies, long names, empty state terms. Okay, let's try. It said for mobile behavior. That's not actually necessary, but we'll see what it gets us. And I do want to take a look at, while this is building, what else we got? So admin dashboard, we have unlimited scroll feed, avatar working. I do want to get the avatar working. I'm going to get that working next, and then we'll do the admin dashboard. Also, I think I mentioned before, we're going to do a beta invite system. So you'll get invites when you sign up. And this will prevent you from having to pay also. Let's do. Dark mode, contrast on add place. That's a big one. I really hated that. right, let's see. Where's our YouTube? I want to I can barely hear my music. I don't know if you can hear that. Maybe you can hear that better. I have to find royalty-free music because which I was doing already, but I found out that everything that I had was demonetized in Russia, to which I'm like, okay. All right, let's go back to business here. What do we got? All right, so come on. Now the question is, am I an admin right now? I'm probably not an admin. We're going to have to make the RLS policies set up so that I am. We're getting there. And again, keep in mind, we're doing this with Sol. We're not like we're doing this with Sol. We're just doing it with 5.6. Have you guys used Restream before? That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, shit. I guess we'll have to do Restream for next time. That's okay. Come on, baby. Where's my admin? Do we have it? All right. Profiles is admin. So I don't really understand why /admin. Oh, okay. All right. Let me log in. Let me log in. All right, what do we got? It's just, so I go to admin and then it just goes right back. I think it's possible that I'm not an admin. Can you make sure Adam's great day at... It might not be. That might be our issue. So I don't love that is admin is just a field. I think that actually makes it, I don't love it in that database. I like a little bit more obscurity, but we're going to see. I'll explain that in just a second. There we go. Here's our, perfect. Okay. So, okay. On the admin screen, please add an ellipsis for each to allow me to soft delete a place or edit the name. Let's do that. And then we're going to be able to drag hierarchy too. So I want to build out quite a bit. We also have to build out the image approval dashboard. I need to set that up with Google. I'll probably do that today. But basically, if somebody brings something in and it's, it's X-rated or whatever you want to call it, we want to be able to recognize that immediately and just kind of kick it back out. We got to be careful with that type of stuff. So let's just see how our admin screen works first. All right, what should happen? Block delete when an admin soft deletes a place that still has an active child places. Block deletion. Yeah, it has to. All right. All right. Ow. What? Soft delete. I forgot that this is running through Sol. So Sol is asking me a lot of really good questions on its build plan, and I actually am really liking this integration so far. I'm not ready to say if it's faster yet, but it does appear to be faster. I'll probably go down and look at some of these in terms of credits and just kind of see, how things are looking. All right. Let's see what our admin is looking like. I really want to support like drag and drop. We should also add, I do want to add some images here, and we have to support. Let's add image thumbnails to the admin hierarchy. Come on, we'll add some like two-factor to this before you ask. Just got to make sure my prying eyes, I don't get anybody on this stream going in. All right. I like that I can search. That's kind of cool. So Panera, that's neat. We should also show the type of place, right? Like how big is it? We'll get there. Let's see what we got going on. All right. So now every place row has this ellipses, and I can edit the name. Let's just try. Could not verify this place. All right, that's weird. That's weird. All right. Come on, taking our time here. All right, so we added our admin here. I think we did, at least. Nope. All right, let's try again. Let's log in as our admin. This is probably boring for you because you're not going to be an admin, but wouldn't it be cool if you were? Let's see. All right, there we go. Now. Okay, cool. Let's try that on the admin. I always wonder if just like, what if I recorded a YouTube short right now and was like, yo, I'm live? Does that hurt me? I honestly have no idea. Let's see what it looks like. What's up? Going live right now, building frictionless. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm not building frictionless. Start over. Yeah, what's up, guys? Posted up in the studio right now, and we're building out Drivel, which is the app that you're going to hate. And I'm sitting here vibe coding for the next couple hours. Why don't you go and join me? All right? Let's give it a shot. Let's party together. How obnoxious is that? I thought it was pretty obnoxious. I'm not good at the whole like, look at me. All right. Visibility, public. Schedule, select audience. Everybody upload short. Join me live. Okay. Let's add some, oops, AI. And then vibe. Let's try that. All right. There we go, boys. Okay. We're still waiting for admin. What should dragging a place support? Reorder and reparent. Yep. Reparent only. Reorder and I don't really need to reparent. Sibling. Yeah, reparent only. How should a place be moved back to the top level? Root drop zone. Yep. Should drag and drop be available while search filtering is active? Disable while searching. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a really good reason for that. If you're searching and you've kind of like toggled all the way into something, it's really easy for you to not know like the full. You know, something that I thought was really cool today, I was talking with AI again, as one does, and I realized just how important it is with this concept of places that can have a memory. This is a memory layer for the physical world. Everything now has a memory. It has a social graph of things that have occurred over time, no matter how small that place is. And I think that's incredibly cool. Those are pictures, those are video eventually, text, obviously, and then conversation. And I think that's, I don't know, for me, I wouldn't be building it if I thought it was stupid. So we got to get our admin panel working, because what I've been trying to do is there's two major places I go to that are near me in the world. And I'm at these places pretty often, and they're like shopping center, town center type of spots. And what I really want to do is just kind of arrange everything neatly so that they look kind of nice. So we're going to have to add in some of that features and functionality, as it were. One thing I want to try maybe tomorrow is that there's an app called Meld. Maybe you guys are already familiar with Meld. It looks absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And the thing I really like about it is you can come up with different formats for live video. So basically you can have a portrait video format that's getting sent out in stream at the same time as your normal like landscape version. And I didn't realize how big of a deal that was. Is that when I look at YouTube and how YouTube is formatting my portrait video, it looks like dog shit. Like, it is literally the weirdest fucking view that they've decided to apply. But anyway, what else we got in ShipGrid? So admin dashboard to visualize hierarchy. That's what we're going to knock out. And then we're going to do dark mode, mobile contrast when we add a new place. And I'll demonstrate what's fucked up there. But what it's doing, or what it's not doing, is when I'm on dark mode and I'm going to add a new place, the contrast is all fucked up. So I'll give you a shot at that. But I think Meld is also multi-stream. Yeah, it's multi-destination just right out of the box. Which is just awesome. And I don't think that there's any like extra expense for that. Anyway, what else are we doing here? Okay, so we got our admin set up. I bet you this is refreshed. It has. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and do some drag and drop cleanup right now. Dude, come on. Okay, so we got Adam's office, Central Park, downtown gym, Dulles Airport. I want to soft delete, soft delete. Soft delete, soft delete. It's interesting. I soft deleted it, but it didn't refresh. We're going to get there. 2 Harris Teeters. Interesting. Okay, so this, you see this Lansdowne Town Center? These Harris Teeters are actually in Lansdowne Town Center. So I want to see if it could not verify the place. So I'm going to, let's try this. When I attempt to reparent, I get, could not verify the hierarchy change. Let's give that a shot. Wow, so meld, it looks like meld allows you to right out of the box, you're able to go ahead and stream like multi-streams instead of having to use something like Restream. So we'll check on that. What can I do out of the box? Let's see what meld allows me to do. Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, and X. So what is that missing? I think, is that Twitch? I guess it's missing Facebook and IG, right? Just Facebook and IG. That's not a big deal. I don't have any following on there anyway. Cool. We'll set that up. We'll set that up and get it working. All right, fix the root cause. Let's see if we have our admin screen. Of course we don't. Let's sign in. I've been trying to get signed in with Google working like all yesterday while I was off stream, and I could not get it working. Very annoyed. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to move this Harris Teeter to Lansdowne Town Center. Place moved. Hell yeah. Look at that. Okay, let's move this Harris Teeter. Hell yeah. Now, this is funny. I actually wonder if this... I wonder if the soft delete was not working for the same reason. Yeah, that's funny. I wonder if that was a permissions issue. What was that? All right, so let's get this house out of here. We're going to clean this up. We're going to clean this up. Soft delete house. Soft delete, great job. Splash pad and fountains, little park. Okay. Lansdowne Waterfall, Little Italy, don't know what that is. Living room, I know what that is. Let me get my office out of here. This is, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is looking pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, obviously there's probably a good reason to see these in places. I'm sorry, see it on a map. All right, Lansdowne Town Center. So we have 2 Lansdowne Town Centers right now, right? Yeah, I've got 2. So I'm going to move Panera here. And then I'm going to move Twisted Cat also over here. This is like way easier than it should be. This is crazy. And then I'm going to... Oh, I can open it right from... I didn't even ask for that, but that's actually a really good idea. Okay, cool. Let's go back here. So I'm going to delete this one now because we don't need it. Little Italy, Silver Diner, Potomac Club, Pike Place Market. Yeah, this is like absolutely perfect. God, get out of here. Damn it, Ship Grid. You're always in the way. Fuck. That is like right now annoying the shit out of me. All right, so I think our Lansdowne Town Center, look at that, 6 children. That is exactly what I wanted it to look like. Harris Teeter, Harris Tedder. Teeter, 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 Teeter. Little Park, Panera, Splash Pad, Twisted Cat Tavern. Okay. I'm going to delete one of these Harris Teeters. So we're just going to say on the admin, I want to show the number of threads, comments, and photo. So the reason for that is, like, if we're ever moving or deleting something, I want to make sure that we don't do it by mistake. At some point, we're going to move this onto an entirely different server and setup so that prying eyes won't be able to get here. Where should thread, comment, and photo count appears on the admin each place row? For parent place, what should its contents? Direct activity only? Sure. Why not? Good suggestions. Sol is going pretty quick. I think I'm liking the model so far. And what I said before is it's actually the same price as a 4.8, right? 4.8 fast and 4.8. Yeah, it's the same price. So 5 to 1, 12. Okay. Actually, Max Fast is more expensive. It is slightly more expensive than Max. Barely. And then Fable is twice as expensive. So, I mean, at this point, I don't see any reason to, like, move to Fable because I don't have any deeply complicated... You know what? Actually, fuck. When I was doing the admin build-out, I really said I was going to do Fable. What I might do is I might do the notification scheme using Fable, because that's one where you really have to think about how notifications are going to get handled. What you don't want is you don't want like 10 million notification rows and having to track like what's been seen and what's not been seen. It's just, it's gonna be a whole fucking headache. So we'll use Fable for that. That'll be fun. We can do that today if we have enough time. While we're waiting, let's take a look. Admin dashboards, visualize hierarchy. That's almost done. And the one last thing I want to add on that, I want to make it so that I can get like regenerate Studio Ghibli images if it didn't work. I do want to do that. Dark mode is next. Avatar is next. Let's see where we're at. Still doing our... I'm actually super surprised place hierarchy worked in one shot. That was awesome. And that is, I mean, potentially... Is it? I mean, I guess it's not really that complicated. Now, if I had to do that as a developer, man, that would have taken me a long-ass time. Where should thread, comment, and photo accounts appear? Each... Wait, what? Oh, okay. It's like, what the fuck? So I'm going to make some notes for myself here. Use meld for Twitch, YouTube. What did meld also do? And X. You know, I've never actually seen somebody stream on X. I think all that happens is it just kind of like puts a little link to it, but I guess we're going to find out. I guess we're going to find out. I really want to replace this machine so that I can stream in 4K, but I just have to take it from my upstairs. All right, looking disheveled. Count appears as blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if this just broke. This might have broken. Let's see. So hopefully what we can see here, you know you're talking to yourself. All the time, baby. That's all I do is talk to myself. All right. So what I want to figure out right now is our admin interface, and then let's go ahead and take a look over here, admin dashboard. So let's go ahead and get hierarchy working, and I want to come back to this. All right. Kind of is a compact. Let's take a look at what we made for the admin dashboard. I appreciate anybody who's joined me, by the way. It's one more person other than myself that I'm talking to. If you're into vibe coding, let me know. Are you using VO, Replit, use Cursor, Copilot? There's so many. And if so, what are you building? I mean, it'd be interesting to know. Just connect with people. Let's see what we got. All right, so let's jump into our admin. Nice. All right. Can I delete? My office, OneLoud and Splashpad. So I do want to make one. All right, so little park. So this is an interesting case where I actually have a picture. All right. We're going to say on the admin interface, I'd like to have, what do I want to have? I want to have, what do I want to have? On the interface, I'd like to have what? Oh, get out of here, Siri. I hate you. All right. What else do we want to be able to do on the admin interface? Sorry, I got distracted by that. So places, root places, parent places. Oh, that's right. Approval status for images posted to show anything flag, please advise. So I want to get its advice before building so we could see. Come on. Are we restarting? What are we doing? There we go. All right, so let's jump over here. Did we do this? I would also recommend treating flag and reject it separately. Flag needs human review. On the admin hierarchy, then show total photos pending review count. I recommend adding these fields to posts. You know what? I don't think I'm going to get there yet. I don't think that that's a bridge worth crossing right now. So let's just say admin dashboard donezo. Dark mode, mobile contrast on add new place. I can show this to you. Let's just take a quick look-see. So let's say dark mode, new place. Sure. New place. All right, so look at that. That is not great. So we're just going to say the contrast when on mobile and dark mode is messed up and doesn't look right. Sorry, let me flip back to this. Let's see. And so what else do we have? We have dark mode contrast, unlimited feed scroll. Tells people to claim a space near them. Mobile friendly profile, not drop down. Oh yeah, that's right. That's a really easy one. I'm not going to do it now though. Dark mode, mobile contrast. Let's see. Let's take a look at what that, wait, did that say admin? Admin dashboards, mobile, dark mode contrast. No. No, I need the contrast improved for mobile ad place. Let's try that. Got to get that working, and then we got to get our avatar working. Let's do that. Yeah, both of those. Okay. I think I'm just the most geeked about this place now that this works. I'm just geeked about the nearby view. It might actually start looking good. I do need the admin ability to change images, right? Let's see if we can do that. Sign in, sign in, sign in, sign in. Nearby. So we got to kill, let's just kill all this stuff because I don't really want to see it. Central Park, get out of here. Under place 2, get out of here. Central Park, get out of here. Golden Gate Bridge, get out of here. We'll keep that. Lansdowne Waterfall, Little Italy, get out of here. All right, my backyard. This was when I was just, oh, that's right. We're gonna kill this stuff. Fish pond, get out of here. My office, get out of here. Splash pad, Potomac Club, rooftop bar. I don't know what you are. Times Square, get out of here. Potomac Club, One Lounge Splash Pad, Backyard Fish Pond, Diving Board, hilarious. Fish Pond. And then my backyard. So now, are these all real places? I just wanted to make everything, yeah, okay. So this little park. So now I want to support image editing. I to support image editing for the place image. Allow me to upload, okay, on admin. Allow me to upload and add an image which gets converted to Ghibli, which I can preview and save. Now, while we're doing that, let's see if our add place is working here. Where's our new place? Come on. So we wanted to look at new place, dark mode on mobile specifically. You're getting your location. Okay, yeah, true. So this does not look nearly as bad as it did before. It looks like it corrected all the issues. Cool. Dark mode right there. Nice. All right. When saving the generated place image, should the original upload also be retained? Keep original recommended, no. When saving the generated place image, keep original. Should the editor allow using the uploaded photo without converting it? Allow either version recommended. All right, because the admin. All right, come on. I know I'm not talking that much right now. I'm contemplating and I'm thinking where the next spot is that we're going to go with this for something releasable. I want to release it, but I'm also a perfectionist, and that has kept me from, you know, a lot of stuff seeing the light of day. Let's see what we got. Did it work? It said it worked. Should be able to try it by going here, admin. Logging in. So far, I'm loving Sol, by the way. I am loving it. It's fantastic. All right. Admin. And so I wanted to change the image of this. Okay, how do I change the image? What? Add edit image, teach admin IR, open a responsive image editor, dialog, upload and validate. Sure. That's kind of funny. I was just singing the praises of Sol, and I didn't even realize I hadn't finished. It was still putting together a plan. We're going to see how far we get with that. I want to show you an awesome feature. I'm going to show you an awesome feature here with ShipGrid. Let me tear this off really quick. Let's take a look at only ShipGrid. So here is what I think is literally like the coolest feature out there. So in ShipGrid, you have completed items. And so we completed a couple items today. I'm going to move all of those to completed. Now you'll notice this now says 13 items completed, and it's keeping track of the fact that I haven't posted that yet to my feed. So I'm going to show you what this does. If I click post, it's going to say, hey, here are all 13 of the items that you have here. Why don't you post about it? So we'll just say major updates to Drivel, usability, mobile, and a lot more now. So I hit enter, and then that allows me to post, and I'm linking to specific features in the post. There's a reason why that's cool. I'm going to add this as the headline. So we'll say mobile quality improvement, image handling, back end performance, and a lot more, close to beta. And then so what I'm going to do is I hit post to feed, and then now I have that here. And here's the part that I think is actually interesting, is if I say copy link of this, I can actually take this, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it over here. And we're actually able to post directly to say awesome new features from tonight's stream. And then that should, there you go, look at this. How cool is that? Major updates to Drivel, usability, mobile, and a lot more. And then that auto post. I think that's awesome. All right. Let's go back to Drivel. Let's see if we're done yet. Our admin interface is cooked. And I mean that not in the Gen Z term. I mean that in the good way. Let's go to admin. Let's go to admin and let's see if I can edit this place, this stupid little park I've been wanting to edit. Do I have an image in here that I can utilize? Do I? I'm looking on my other screen. I know you can't see it. All right. Come on, where is a image that I can use? Come on, man. It's around. I do not see the image I was looking for. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Where are you? All right, here's what we'll do. I want to test it. So we're just going to find an image online. Say Lansdowne, Virginia. And then we're going to grab, what are we going to grab? I guess we can use this one. I like this image. So we're going to go ahead, save that. I've actually already used this image elsewhere, but that's okay. Oh, nice. No drag and drop. We'll add that. Okay, so now it's going to generate the giblet image. It's actually funny. It almost looks like a Ghibli image already. Come on. Yo, how good does that look, man? So if I save, I'm hoping that little park now. Yeah, buddy. So now do we have our Ghibli image? That's what I'm talking about. All right, this has been a badass stream. I feel like I got a lot done. I got to talk to an 8-year-old that just popped in for a second to tell me I was talking to myself, and he's right. I love that kid. That's awesome, man. Well, you know what? If there's one thing I believe, it's that never count yourself out at the beginning. It takes hundreds, thousands of times to become an expert at something. And just because I get onto this stream and nobody else is here, I've already told myself I am doing this 100 days in a row, no matter what, because that's what it takes. Not to become successful, but that's what it takes to begin to master something. And that's what it takes to establish the consistency, which is what I'm doing here. So anyway, I hope this was something. I hope this sees the light of day. Anyway, thanks all.